So it's of course finally time to unlock Celina, Celina in Duel Links, our new Arc 5 character featuring Lunalight, some brand new skills and cards and potentially some tickets as well. We'll have to see how many she's got, but I have been changing up the deck I've been using to farm her. I've now been using the rockets because there's a very good card in the deck called Silver Rocket Dragon, and if you play on ladder, then you'll know that this card can just, if it's targeted by a Link monster, rip a card from the extra deck. And so if you rip out the Cat Dancer, she can't do anything. Her deck is kind of dead. So if you want a deck to use, this one does work quite nicely. Of course, it is a bit expensive given it does require going into an entire mini box like 3 times, but still, it's a good rank deck and so also a good farm deck apparently. But let's dive into Celina and Duel Links because this one might be a little bit weird. Of course, I'm not getting a mini box, there's no structure deck, no selection box, and so this is kind of it for Lunalight. For a first wave of support, this is it. And so this needs to kind of come out swinging, really hit no fronts, and so let's see what we've got. We first of all got at level 3, the Greater Polymerization spell card. This will be used to summon out a 3/2 monster, and it gives it piercing, controlled by card effects. It's fine, it's not overly amazing. I don't think Lunalight will use it, right? You've got your fusion spell card already, which is way better, given it can use the extra deck when you point as a monster on the field or special summon your extra deck. It is so good. There might be some use case like, maybe summoning a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon that can do piercing. I guess if you really want to. Not that you would, but still, it's a thing you can do. Then at level 7, we've got the URSR ticket, of course. This I do not like. I don't think it's a good thing for new players, right? The only usable card in it for new players really is going to be the Ubel stuff for farm decks, and then beyond that, these are all kind of useless, right? I guess you've got Scrap Recycler in here, you've got 1 or 2 other things, but given you get so many tickets on day 1 of release anyway, it's not super duper great. Then we've got a level 10 and level 11, both of the fusions. Okay, so first of all, we've got the Panther Dancer. Your upgrade to Cat Dancer requires Cat Dancer plus Lunalight, and it cannot be short by opponent's card effects. Pretty good. Once per turn, your main phase 1, you can make it so opponent's monsters aren't destroyed by their first battle, and so you got to attack them twice to kill them, which this works into, right? Because it's going to attack all monster opponent controls twice each, and then when it destroys monster by battle, it gains attack points. And so you're attacking in, deal some damage, attacking again, kill the monster, gain attack points, attacking, kill the monster. Like, it just works so nicely. But the big thing is, you won't really be playing Panther Dancer unless you really need to, right? You're going to go into Saber Dancer, you're going to go into the brand new Leo Fusion, because she is so good, right? Requires a Panther Dancer plus 2 materials, and so if you got Lunalight Fusion, you could just cheese her out from the extra deck, right? Very easily. She can't be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects, so no Dark Hole, no Compulsory, no Crackdown. Pretty good, She can still be the Gear Suit, she can be IDP, she can be Warning Point as well. So there are still ways to kind of beat around her, of course. There's also Crystal Wing, which is really big right now, that can beat over her as well. So she's not indestructible, and I think now, given she's a Cocytus-like card, even if not as generic, she's still going to be good, but just not as good as Cocytus was back when it first came out. This card can attack twice during its battle phase, so not too bad. And if it does attack, you can then nuke all your opponent's special monsters, which is really big. So this is a very easy OTK enabler. You can easily make this 7k attack points with one of the Lunalights you've got as well, so she can do some pretty hefty damage. Very cool card there. And so then we've got at level 14, a second ticket. We've got our second Crary Poly, our second Panther Dance, our third ticket, we've got a second Leo, we've got our third graded Poly, we've got a fourth ticket, we've got a third copy of the Panther Dancer, and a third copy of the Leo. Okay, I was not expecting 3 Leo, which I think is fine given that really, you're only playing 1 anyway, and so it wasn't super necessary. You might play 2, but I think you kind of want 1 Leo, 1 Panther, 1 Cat, and the rest of them are going to be generic rank 4s, right? Or you double up and then play less rank 4s, so maybe you only want 2 copies of each card. So are these wasted slots? Technically, but overall they're not terrible reward cards, right, for what we're getting. We weren't going to be getting Chick or Tiger. That then brings us to the brand new skills. So first of all, we've got Attack Burst, we've got Attack Charge, Draw Sense Beast Warrior, so a new skill for Celina, very cool. We've got Draw Sense Dark, Draw Sense Spell and Trap, we've got Fusion Restock, Life Boost Alpha, Lunalight Resurgence. Select one of your banished Lunalight cards and return to your deck or graveyard once per duel. This is not very good, right? You're never really going to get this off, so this is not all that great. Then we've got Lunalight Step, can be used during your next turn after your Lunalight Fusion monster battles, change the positions of all monsters your opponent controls, and half their attack and defense at the end of the turn. Okay. This could be kind of cheesy for some OTK plays, right, with the Leo Dancer or the Panther Dancer, right, if you're making them auto attack mode, making them pretty weak. This ain't terrible, you know, it's a pretty unique skill, I'll give them that, very cool. We've then got Lunalight World Law, which is the default skill. It's not a skill that gives you Leo Dancer, which is really weird, right? Usually you get an ace skill, and this isn't it, but it does give you your blue cat, your pearl butterfly. It gives you a free cat dance as well, meaning if you don't want to play any other skill, you can just put this in and get one more extra slot, which is pretty cool. And of course, it gives you a draw sense for your Lunalight Fusion, which means that really you can play this in a Destiny draw and be completely fine. Then we've got Master Fusion, we've got Mystical Moon, which is the meme skill. It gives you a free Mystical Moon on a body you control, and yeah, just no one's going to play it, but I guess if you want to cope on some Gearfried support deck, then sure, I guess. And then we've got Waltz of the Nightlight. Now, this is not the skill people are kind of expecting, right? I think people were expecting to get the other skill. We're not getting that. That's going to be the rerun skill, which is really, really weird. But this is not terrible. If you've got a cat dancer on your field, play non-fusion life in your graveyard face down defense mode, then play monster in your opponent's graveyard onto their field in attack mode with the highest attack. And then locked into fusions. And so the game plan is to kind of go into your Panther Dancer or into your Leo Dancer and then attack into the game. That is just kind of it. Is this the best skill to play? I don't think so. I think it's a cool skill, right? I get where they're going with it, but given you've got to summon into Cat Dancer, when you don't really want to, and then means you've got to play more than one poly spell to get into the card you want to see, it's not super duper good. I guess if you do want to have Cat Dancer plus like a Leo on the field, then that can make sense, right? But I kind of think, unironically, that the default skill might be the best one. I really do. At least if you're playing Celina, right? You could still get away with playing D-Draw and be completely fine, and that might be better, but I think this genuinely might be the best skill, which is a really weird thing to kind of think about. So yeah, that's my very quick fire review of Celina. Overall, I think character-wise, it's like a real iffy situation, right? Reward card-wise, they're usable, they're going to see play, right? The fusions will see play. Could we got more? Yeah, sure. Ticket-wise, we got less than usual. Fantastic, of course, still 4 is a bit too much, right? But it's better than getting 6 or 7. You know, that's always good. Skill-wise, again, it could have been better. I think they might be kind of worried, right, given Lunalights already, even without new support, can be and have been in the past a very cheesy deck on ladder, and a very good deck on ladder, and so this doesn't change the game plan of Lunalights that much, right? Really, it's still the same thing. You're going second, you're making a big body, you're attacking in, hoping to win on that turn. If the next wave of support right comes out, the event comes out, we get the other skill, we get Perfume, we might get another card, right, and then we get a box support with the Pendulum cards, and a Pendulum skill. I think that kind of makes sense, and would not surprise me if, you know, by November, December, we have that. But until then, we've got to be content, of course, with the Panther Dance and the Leo Dance, and that's kind of it for new support. So yeah, leave your thoughts down below, see you in the next Duel Links video, see you then.